If you're into food and have some cash to splash and enjoy dining at the most expensive restaurants in the world, or you stay up till 4 in the morning watching food porn compilations like me, then this video is for you. You, me, the rich, the poor, everybody has to eat. But of course, some people even take eating to the extreme. All the restaurants we are going to go through today have one thing in common. They'll cost you an arm and a leg for the privilege of eating there. From underwater diving in the Maldives to basement dwelling luxury sushi in Tokyo, these are the finest, coolest, and most expensive restaurants in the world. Well, let's get started. Let's take a look at the 10 most expensive restaurants on the planet. Number 10. Dinner in the Sky, Las Vegas, $290 per person. Some would say these prices are sky high.
You see what I did there?
If you have a fear of heights, this restaurant is probably not for you. When it comes to Las Vegas dining, the sky's the limit. Literally. Dinner in the Sky offers an extreme dining experience by suspending more than 160 feet above the ground. You are seated around a large table and safely secured in their seats before a crane lifts the dining platform up into the air for a stunning panoramic view of the Las Vegas Strip and surrounding desert. Before liftoff, guests can mingle in the Sky Lounge, sip champagne, and nibble on some appetizers. You have the option to book a table for a group or join one of the scheduled flights and maybe make some new friends with a random group in the sky. The table comes with world-class chefs that cook your meals and even sometimes come with live entertainment. The experience also comes with desserts and drinks, and if you're feeling risky, you can even recline your seat back into the open air. I just feel bad for the people who suddenly have to pee up there. This sky-high experience will cost you $290 per person. Number 9. Ithaa Undersea, Maldives, $320 per person. Ithaa Undersea is one of the world's first underwater restaurants and is located on Rangoli Island in the Maldives. To dine in this restaurant, you'll be looking at approximately $320 per person, but in exchange, you'll be enjoying your food 5 meters below the Indian Ocean, with panoramic views of the ocean, all of its marine life, and coral gardens. The restaurant can accommodate up to 14 guests and serves a selection of fine dining experiences, dinner menus, and cocktails. As a guest, you can expect to be served either a 4-course lunch or a 6-course dinner, whilst being matched with some of the world's best wines. The restaurant is headed up by Italian-born chef Marco Amarone. To make a reservation, you'll have to be staying at the Conrad Rangoli, the main 5-star resort on the island. I guess that's how they get you. This unique dining experience will cost you around $320 per person. Number 8. 11 Madison Park, New York, $355. The multi-course meal at 11 Madison Park focuses on ingredients inspired by the culinary history of New York City. It overlooks Madison Square Park and sits at the base of a historic Art Deco building on the corner of 24th and Madison Avenue. Everything's perfect about this place. The cocktails are perfectly crafted to give you a highlight of their range of botanicals with every sip you take. The tables are placed perfectly in the room so they are symmetrical throughout.
Wow, this place is really fancy.
The menu boasts some of the most wonderful, unique concoctions like a smoked sturgeon cheesecake with caviar or cheddar cheese with pretzel and beer. The classic dish of the restaurant is the duck, roasted with honey and lavender. The 11-course meal that costs $355 comes with black truffles, aged cheddar sauces, wild mushrooms, and select wines. The desserts include a Meyer lemon with black sesame and a yogurt composition. This place is the definition of fancy. To dine at this fancy restaurant, it'll cost you around $355 per person. Number 7. Kyoto, Arashiyama, Tokyo, Japan, $570 per person. There are currently 6 of the restaurants throughout Japan. However, the one in Tokyo is considered to be the best as it's earned 3 Michelin stars. It also has some of the finest ingredients in the world. All your senses will be indulged when you sit down on the floor mat for your 10-course menu. The views of the garden are beautiful and they change with every season. So every time you go there, you'll encounter a change in the landscape and scenery. The dining experience is roughly 3 hours long from start to finish. Many feel it's a shame to even ruin the artistic display display of the food by simply eating it, because you're literally eating art.
I mean, how are you supposed to eat this?
As you would expect from a 3-star Michelin restaurant, meticulous attention to detail is given in the presentation and timing of each course, and the current head chef at the restaurant accepts nothing less than the very best. Also, the dishes served at the restaurant are seasonal, so bear that in mind when you're making your reservation. This sushi getaway will cost you around $570 per person. Number 6. Masa New York, $595 per person. We're getting sushi again, but this time it's in New York.
We're walking here!
Headed up by Chef Masa Takayama, this New York restaurant will cost you approximately $595 per head, excluding drinks and taxes. This is one of the most expensive restaurants in New York City, and you need to book very far in advance as there's only 26 seats inside. The restaurant is known for its simplicity, offering a simple sushi tasting menu focusing on essential flavors. There's no actual menu available at Masa. Instead, chefs prepare fresh ingredients that are only available on that day. It's often considered to be overpriced and more of a spot to rub shoulders with A-listers and celebrities. However, if you've got the cash to spend and want to experience some of the best sushi in the world, then make yourself a reservation. If you're eating there, I'd recommend sitting at the bar so you can see the master at work. So if you want to get some of the best tasting sushi in the world, it's going to cost you around $595 per person. Number 5. Burger Brasserie, Las Vegas, $777 per person. The 777 burger at Burger Brasserie clocks in at, you guessed it, $777. This burger gets a Wagyu patty, aged goat cheese, pancetta bacon, foie gras, arugula, lobster, and drizzled in 100-year-old aged balsamic vinegar. The balsamic vinegar alone goes for about $200 a bottle. Of course, the price gets jacked up with a $200 bottle of Dom Perignon Rosé Champagne. So if you ever win big in Vegas, consider going to the Burger Brasserie and spending your winnings on a delicious burger. If you want this juicy, expensive burger, it's going to cost you around $777 per person. Number 4. Ultraviolet Shanghai, China, $900 per person. Some restaurants are by the sea, some are in the city. But Ultraviolet in Shanghai, every single dish in your 22-course meal will be served in a different environment. The fish and chips are served in the rain, while the Beatles play. Lobster is paired with the ocean side. The goal is bigger than food, it's an experience. At Ultraviolet, there's only one table. The dining area is the size of a bedroom, but the dining experience is like no other. The kitchen is headed up by Paul Perrier, and the restaurant also boasts the largest employee to customer ratio, at 3 waiters per guest. There's even a control room so the staff can watch and give perfect service without disrupting the guests. Kind of creepy, but cool at the same time. To top it off, the restaurant also has 3 Michelin stars. So if you want a 22-course meal and an experience, it's going to cost you around $900 per person. Number 3. Serendipity III, New York, $1,000 per person. The number 3 spot brings us to 4 digits, and this time in the form of a dessert. If you're wondering how a dessert can be $1,000, I'll tell you. In this dish, Tahitian vanilla ice cream made with Madagascar vanilla bean is covered in 24-karat gold leaves, specialty chocolates, truffles, caviar, and more. And of course, if you're gonna top your sundae with luxury toppings, you can't just put it in any ordinary glass bowl. The golden opulent sundae comes in a crystal bowl that you can actually take home as a souvenir. Customers are actually advised to order this dessert 48 hours before arriving. So if you're ever in New York and have $1,000 laying around, I guess spend it on a sundae. This gold-covered sundae is gonna cost you around $1,000 per person. Number 2, Industry Kitchen, New York, $2,000 per person. New York City is no stranger to great pizza, but with dollar slice shops on practically every corner, newcomers to the scene have to try a little bit harder to make themselves stand out, including apparently seriously upping the price tag.
Here we go.
Industry Kitchen on South Street in the Financial District took inspiration from nearby Wall Street for its ingredient 24-karat pizza. which costs exactly $2,000. What could possibly make a pizza cost that much? After the squid ink dough rests for 48 hours, which is how far in advance you'll need to order this pie, it gets stretched and topped with cheese, 24 karat gold leaves, caviar, truffles, and foie gras. The result is a glittery and pungent pizza that is about as rich as the people who would be ordering it. While we're going to safely assume that dollar pizza is probably more in your budget, if you find that you recently acquired a large sum of money from a dead relative or something like that, this might be a good first stop. You can get this gold covered pizza for $2,000 per person. Number 1, Sublimotion, Ibiza, Spain, $2,380 per person. Sublimotion is the most expensive restaurant in the world, costing an eye-watering $2,380 per person. Yes, you heard that right. They charge $2,380 per person for a 20-course tasting menu. The restaurant is only open for a few months of the year in the Spanish summer from June 1st to September 30th. It is run by Michelin 2-star chef Paco Roncero. If you manage to reserve yourself a table during the summer season, you can expect a whole new level of dining experience and entertainment. You'll be waited on by a team of 25 professionals that will present you 20-course tasting menu one by one over the course of 3 hours. Whilst you're enjoying your food, you'll experience laser light shows, virtual reality elements, and projection mapping to help enhance your experience. For some of the dinner, you're literally wearing a VR headset while you eat. The restaurant aims to offer the best culinary entertainment experience in the world and was awarded the Best Innovation Food and Beverage Award in 2014. Once you make a reservation, you'll receive an edible ticket, but as tempting as it sounds, just make sure you don't eat it before you get in.